You good, Junior?
Are we alive? We're not live.
Hold on, folks. We're waiting for Junior to set us up.
We're good. Oh, he did it.
All right. Hello, Patriots.
Hey, we're live.
Welcome to the Hawk Podcast. He's Jack, and I'm Dennis. We got Junior with us, and we got Mike with us, as always. Let's stand for a Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right.
Yeah.
This show is live every Thursday on your favorite podcast channel. Apple, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Spreaker, 5:30 Eastern Time every Thursday. We're also live on our Facebook page, and that's the Hawk Podcast. If you're a fan of Facebook, I know most people are, please join us there. And right after this show, we do another live show on YouTube called Fed Up with Politics. And also we do a show on our United States Constitutional Group. That's also live, so join us there. Please invite your family and friends to watch and get involved with us. We need patriots to stand united so we can take back this country from these corrupt, no good politicians, political clowns. Jack, welcome back. You dissed us last week.
I did.
So what do you have in store for us? And you can start us off. I mean, you haven't been here in a couple of weeks.
Also, everything that Dennis just said, you can find on our website, fedupwithpolitics.com. It's usually right here behind us. That has all the speakers and other, the two shows we do is on there, plus a lot of other stuff. Dennis did a really nice job on that. I'd like to talk about the book. The book cover came back. It was nice. I liked it. The designer did a really great job on that. It even has the barcode already on it.
Yep.
I'm excited about that. See how that goes.
I wasn't sure how it would turn out, but obviously it's beyond my imagination.
Yeah, no,
It's really good.
Yeah, it's spot on. It's exactly perfect the way it is. I'm not going to say any more.
But Jack and I approved it.
Yes.
So we went to the next stage. So it shouldn't be too much longer. And hopefully, we went through Dorrance Publishing. Did a great job. If you ever want to write a book, check them out on the website. They might be able to help you. They might not. But they're helping us right now. And I don't know about you, but seeing our names on the front cover, it got me excited.
Yeah.
It
was really, and it's just, it sends a subtle but perfect message on that cover when you look at it. Dennis has sent me the list of topics for the next book.
Yep.
So we'll start doing our research on that, and
we're going to need your help again.
Yeah, we'll start getting that working again.
We'll be asking questions to everyone on Facebook to give us quotes of what we're asking.
And now that we have this publishing company, maybe the second book will go out a little faster.
But what did we talk about in the second? We got nationalism, sectionalism,
I have it over here.
success, secession. Of course, we'll probably hit up on race in America.
Hold on a minute. I got it, the list right here on my text of messages.
Yeah, there's a ton of
Dennis
topics. I think we're doing
texted
like 20 topics this time.
Dennis texted it to me when my phone was broke, so I never got it until just recently.
Don't even want to talk to me anymore.
Yeah, that's sort of you and everybody else. Topics to cover: corruptness amongst politicians, what constitutes tyranny, nationalism versus sectionalism, and patriotism. I tell you, that is a direct line in the sand right there, that topic. Drug epidemic in the USA with open borders, socialism in the in America, which I tell you goes very close hand in glove to sectionalism. Maybe we'll switch that would be the next one, because the next chapter. Assault on police officers with lack of political support. Should the military take control of this government and hold new elections and try these current politicians with treason? Some of them should be. Classified documents gate, Trump, Pence, Biden. I mean, I think we could throw every president in there that's living right now has classified documents.
Yep.
Gun violence and active shooter in America, which I think the Supreme Court was supposed to come down with a ruling on the Second Amendment. Some guy was charged in Pennsylvania. I think it was Pennsylvania with 5 shootings, and they were all legal guns that he had, but they said he wasn't supposed to have the gun because there was an order of protection against him. So they're supposed to say if that's
That should be one area where you shouldn't get a gun.
World War III and nuclear annihilation. That should be fun. Federal control of public schools. I tell you, that's the 10th topic. And federal control of public schools was a huge debate writing the Constitution. That went on for days and months, where they thought there should be a national college and school, and it was voted down. Unfortunately, why this government will win
If we don't act.
if we don't act. You forgot that part. Poverty in America, gangs in the USA, protest movement, and social movement. I tell you, the problem with that's number 12 on the topics. And I could talk about that on my first opening. I'll get on to that. A civil war is a failure of politicians. Does a revolution cause harm or good? Well, I tell you what, all the way back, Thomas Jefferson said he thought there should be revolution every now and then. I don't believe in that, and I do believe that civil wars are the failures of politicians. Is fear a practical instrument for control? It's the number one instrument, I believe. Every tyrant in the world, in any level, uses fear more than respect. Succession, divided country. I tell you, I hope that doesn't happen. And that's
But
so. Those are the
19
topics.
There's like 19 of them, right?
15.
15 topics.
Yeah, 15 of them. So
we're gonna, like I said, we're gonna contact people on Facebook, reach out to the groups we're friends with. But if you want to be part of it, just reach out to us at fedupwithpolitics.com on our website, and or you can reach out to us, USCG20211 at AOL.com.
Yeah.
But please get in touch with us.
So part of that topic with the gangs and stuff like that, that's what I'm going to open up with, is this here. So people are saying, what's going on with our judicial system? Outside of the politics, because we could do 5 hours of political 2 tiers of justice in this country. But it goes further than that. There are other levels of justice that are wrong. You look at this guy that got indicted for manslaughter in Manhattan. He choked out that guy that was threatening everybody on a train. The day before, another guy in Brooklyn got let go. They didn't indict him. He stabbed the guy on a train. Came at him and his girlfriend. And the difference of it was, there was this, what a lot of people don't understand is that in New York, every county has their own district attorney. So in New York City, every borough has their own district attorney. So unfortunately, Manhattan, where Penny was, has Brett, who is a criminal and should do 5 years in jail for leaking information on the last indictment on Trump. The other guy that got let loose the day after Penny, his event happened in Brooklyn under a different district attorney. So there's your difference right there. But if you go through the whole country, everybody's like, what? Like they were talking about when Antifa was rioting and burning the court buildings and stuff like that. Nothing happened to them. Nothing happened to these. Nothing happened to that. You know what that's called, folks? It's called social justice. So what social justice is what's good for the society. So social justice right now is taking precedence over individual rights. So individual rights is what the law is supposed to be, your individual rights, and that's what you get tried on and judged on and ruled by a jury of your peers. Social justice is whatever is conducive to that social group. And as far as they keep putting everybody in groups and separating them, there's different social justices. So if you have these maniacs that want to terrorize everybody and riot and cause havoc. And in the process of their rioting and burning and looting, it causes assaults and murders and other crimes. Well, you really can't charge them with that, because in the social gathering of that's not really a crime. That's their point. So there's, if you guys continue to want to go down socialism, there's your new law. So what they do is they just keep dividing you like that, making it social law, social justice instead of individual rights. And eventually, you're spread out so thin and so many different groups in sectionalism that they come over with this here, it's called their thumb, and they squash you. And now nobody has any rights. That's how I'm going to open up.
That's a good one.
So if you keep wondering about what's going on in the justice system of this country, on all levels, the political, we may get into it later on today, but in your regular neighborhood, it's social justice, and if you're in one of those really true blue places, you are going to find certain folks that are not committing crimes are going to be indicted on crimes because it doesn't fit into the narrative of social justice.
We covered crime a little bit in our first book,
Yeah.
statistics, and how they they like to use statistics.
Yeah, easy for
that
you to
word,
say.
but not numbers. And if you use the numbers, it's not as much as what the statistics are telling us. But Jack and I appreciate every one of you that listen to our show. We're growing, but we can get bigger with your help. Send out the show to everyone you know, and together we can build a huge network of patriots that can help change America. Because we need you for this difficult journey. Because at one time in this country, the citizens, we the people, could choose what we wanted. We could choose a car we drove, the house we wanted to buy.
What stove you wanted to use.
Yep. The luxuries we wanted, where we wanted to go on vacation. If you wanted a sports car, a boat, a camper.
Or a piece of pizza.
Yep.
Or a slice of pizza cooked in a coal oven.
But today more than ever, it seems like our choices are being destroyed by these tyrannical politicians. It's not just the Democratic Party, but the Republican Party as well. Since most politicians, as Jack tells us, are a uniparty. They're under one party. You really cannot distinguish between the two anymore. They both seem to be taking away choice here in the United States.
Except for them.
Right.
And we have a perfect example. When they wanted to censor Schiff, Adam Schiff lied for years and cost the American people $30 million, at least. More than that. $33 million is what they admitted to. That's not counting the Durham report, which was another $6 million. So you have the $39 million, plus all the other shit that they took from us. So when they did have a chance to censor him and charge him with $16 million penalty for it, 20 Republicans voted against it, so it wouldn't. So Adam Schiff did get censored again. It went through a second time without the penalty, and yet there was still 6 Republicans that refused to vote for it.
Yep.
They won with the smallest minority,
Yep.
and it was this. They voted not present.
Yep. So y'all know I'm right. Just admit it. Our choices being taken away here in America. When we were kids, my parents had choices, and people listened to them, whether it be school, politicians. When I was a freshman in college, in high school, there was one teacher I just couldn't get. I didn't feel it. I don't know, something wrong. Maybe it was me. It probably was me. But I felt he wasn't teaching me well. So my mother came into the school and sat in his class, and she decided that I needed to find a different teacher. So she went to the principal and had me change to another class with a different teacher because of that choice. Try to do that today. That parent would most likely be labeled a pain in the ass, or even a domestic terrorist.
Oh, absolutely.
For questioning the school system.
Oh, yeah.
For questioning that teacher.
Never mind getting in the class to listen.
Yep. The government of today, they don't want you involved with your kids because they will indoctrinate them the way they see fit.
They're doing it now.
Biden said that our nation's children are all our children.
They're not your children.
Fact checked.
Yep.
No, they're still our kids, my kids, and I will dictate what they learn. If you're giving up your rights to let state dictate what your kids learn, you're wrong. You know, if as parents, if we don't like the curriculum, if as grandparents we don't like the curriculum, we will speak up. That's our choice. Not like this recent where they kicked the people out of the school board meeting.
Yeah.
I forgot what city it was in, but they kicked people out of the school board meeting.
God, it was more than once. It's been all through the country.
You know,
Virginia was the worst.
then they sent the DOJ in and label these people as domestic terrorists. Parents need to get involved and say no more.
And then you have an attorney general that literally lies to Congress and says, "We didn't send that out.
Yeah.
We have no idea what you're talking about. That's not what was done."
You know, get involved and say no. That is what we can offer on a united front. Parents helping each other to put an end to this indoctrination. These politicians are so out of touch with reality, it scares the hell out of us. I mean, what are they planning to do next? We don't know. I mean, look, we have in Congress today, we have admitted socialists, we have parties trying to destroy each other instead of working for the people.
We have a couple of minute socialists now, the whole squad.
You know, we have politicians trying to take your choice by buying a gas vehicle because they want you to have an electric vehicle that doesn't even work half the time because you can't go nowhere. Going on vacation is like, oh, I got to go to the next. I live in Myrtle Beach. I got to go to Georgetown, which is the next city over, next major city for vacation. That's what they want.
Yeah,
they don't want you going to see your families.
If you go to other places, that means you're getting information from other states. And God forbid one of those states still be a free state. You're dead.
By telling you to buy an electric vehicle, it's taking away your choice. It's taking away my choice.
I mean, who wants to take a half an hour to recharge your car when you're trying to get someplace?
No, I don't want it.
Plus, it takes 70,000 miles to even out the damage that's done for the batteries they put in those cars.
Well, that's to make it, not to get rid of them.
That's what
They
I'm saying.
haven't figured that out.
Getting rid of them because there's a very small percentage of the batteries are recyclable right now.
So if you're a fan of renewable energy, great. That's your right. That's your choice. But don't take away.
Should be a choice.
I said that, choice.
Yeah.
But don't take away the people's right to choose owning a gas-powered vehicle like myself. America has always been about choice. It's not so anymore. So we need politicians who believe in choice for our citizens, not the current tyrants, these political clowns we have. Those who will work to strengthen renewable energy, but still believe in what we have now with gas, coal, and everything else we have. Gas stoves. Renewable energy will not work during a war. We need trusted ways of energy. But also believe that renewable energy may be good for the future.
Maybe.
Maybe.
We don't know.
Right. But it still has to be tested and tried. You know, as citizens of this once great country, we need to let politicians know that America has always been about choice. And that's the way it needs to stay. Mike, what are your thoughts on that?
I think this country was based on choice. I mean, I'm not against electric vehicles. If you want an electric vehicle, that's fine. But the government shouldn't be the one to tell you you have to get this.
Yeah, they shouldn't be forcing it down your throat.
You can't use that stove in your own house. You have a business, we got so much regulations on you, well, we're going to make it a little tougher. You can't use that stove to make pizza. I mean, and our schools are doing, you're talking about the social segregations. Our schools don't teach science, social studies, math, and history. They teach social sciences. Their social agenda. That's what our kids are being taught today.
Well, they have to be because they got to take over. And I tell you, there's another group that forces you to buy certain things from certain places. It's called the mafia.
I was just going to say the mob does that.
If you want to get a car, well, they're going to tell you where to get the car,
what color,
yeah, how much money you're allowed to spend on it, the whole shebang. And you think they're going to give you some good car? So they don't want you getting around. They want you on that street corner taking care of that neighborhood.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know, so it's very hard. Most of those guys don't have a driver's license. You know, listen, the schools, again, I can't tell you. We couldn't count how many times me and Dennis has told you to read Sal Alinsky's book, and this is one of the tenets. Big time.
12
Is
steps,
education.
12 steps to socialism.
Yep. And the first one that started it was the first progressive president of the United States, Woodrow Wilson, and he knew. Teach them in the schools. That's when they learn the most. And that's what they've been doing. And he was thinking college,
Well, they're starting from
Now they're
kindergarten.
starting in preschool.
Yep.
Yep. Ridiculous.
Yeah.
What do you think about choice in America? You think it's being taken away?
It's gone.
Oh yeah.
It's already gone. Well, not everywhere. But, listen, New York State already said no more gas stoves. New York City's contemplating on getting rid of wood burning and coal burning pizza stoves. There's people out there sold hook, line, and sinker on these electric cars, but guess what? When they go on a trip somewhere, they take the gasoline car
Yeah.
because they don't want to hang out for half an hour in some dingy corner of the world with their plug-in.
And hope it works. A lot of people are going into these places. The chargers aren't working. They're damaged.
And then if you go up north, I mean, they had that one guy.
With
He
the
bought that
cold.
brand new $100,000 Hummer, and his battery was at 0, and the time frame until fully charged, 5 days. 5 days. Good luck, pal. And then you got Texas. Almost froze to death because their windmills don't work the right way.
Right.
These things don't work the right. Listen, clean energy is available in fossil fuels. They've done it. It's there. There's other sources. Hydrogen cars. They won't do it.
Toyota's doing that now.
They won't do it because they say, "Oh, it explodes." Well, I got news for you, folks. So does gasoline. I can't. There was a Chevy pickup truck when I was a kid that got recalled because every time it got T-boned, it blew up.
Yeah.
Mike,
Not
I
only
got a
that,
question
the
for you.
batteries are going on fire now too.
Yeah.
Mike, I got a question for you. With everything that's going on in the world, the Bible states that the world's going to end. Do you see it going faster acceleration?
Oh yeah. It's going exactly how it says. People start reading your Bibles and you'll know exactly what's happening.
Give us an example.
Well, let's go to Matthew 24.
But don't make it in layman's terms so everybody can understand.
Well, it's pretty easy to understand. It's
Well, that old English sometimes gets confusing.
because it.
Thinking about Mike or the Bible.
Right.
Well, I don't read that good anyway. But
Oh, you weren't expected for this, huh? You weren't expected to put on a spot.
Look at Mike. Mike's going through these pages so fast he's losing his fingerprints.
Yeah, that's true.
We're just gonna sit here quiet.
Very quiet.
You gonna read it?
He is.
Falling asleep.
Not to everybody though.
So I'm saying we've seen a faster acceleration towards the destruction of America, and these politicians are doing it well. They're playing the script according to plan, according to the Bible.
here it is.
Here it is, folks. Get ready.
And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, Tell us when shall these things be, and what shall be the sign of thy coming, and of the end of the world? And Jesus answered and said unto them, Take heed that no man deceive you, for many shall come in my name, saying, I am Christ, and shall deceive many. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famine, pestilence, earthquakes, in divers places. And all these are the beginnings of sorrow.
So what do we see out there? We got these
Was that the
politicians.
news?
We got these.
Right
Yeah,
there?
you see it. Yeah, it's the news every day.
Canada's burning down right now.
You know, the politicians. They think they're gods.
Yeah.
False gods. They are false gods. You got World War III and nuclear annihilation. Like, you hear about it every day. You know? Russia wants to destroy everybody. China wants to destroy everybody. North Korea wants to destroy the United States. Iran wants to destroy Israel and the United States. You know, and who else out there? There's tons of them that hate us. You know, we still have a lot of allies left, but it's
Yeah, they're acting socialist too, though.
you know,
I don't understand why the world is. It seems like the world is going. I mean, Greece just had an election and they did elect a conservative. Italy did the same thing. They elected a conservative. England did, but then they censored her and got rid of her.
Hmm.
You know, so I don't know.
I believe Israel voted in a hardline or two.
Well, they got Netanyahu right now.
Well, right now, America's threatening to stop funds from going there because they want to build houses in the West Bank.
Jake, what else you got?
Me? So I was thinking the other day. You know, everybody's saying how Biden's soft on China, Biden's soft on this one, Biden's soft on that one. And I was thinking to myself, you know, the House is under Republican rule right now, and they're pretty soft too. Like they could be passing bills right now and laws as far as, you know, what's that called when they with the money with imports? and stuff?
Appropriations?
No, for the imports from China and stuff.
Tariffs?
Tariffs. They could start passing tariffs and stuff like that, but they don't. And then it hit me why. Why is it not? And the reason why it hit me was because I was watching how they're saying that Biden's had taken 5 million, now 10 million, who knows how many millions from China. And I was thinking, and
How
I
many
go,
million have they taken?
I was thinking, I was laughing, and I was going, you know what? Because the House passes, okay, you're going to spend, for instance, $600 million going into this certain thing for computers, a grand total of $49 billion. But Biden passes it, and everybody's like, well, first off, why did it need $600 million? And so what happens is they get $600 million, they got to give $100 million back to Biden for his campaign. So Biden's getting tax dollars into his campaign because the tax dollars is giving that bill. They're taking that money, giving it back to him. And then I'm thinking, well, Congress did this. They passed it. They allowed it to happen. So they're probably getting $100 million. The Senate's probably getting $100 million. So there's $300 million of tax dollars going into the election system. You know, there was a politician that was saying that he thinks, it was Clinton, I think it was, that the tax dollars, the taxpayers should start paying for elections.
Yeah.
We are, folks.
Yep.
$49 billion for so everybody can get faster internet? We're $49 billion for that? Everything's there already. Why would you need to do that? Because these places that they're going. So, and they say, you know, in the Constitution, you're not allowed to have foreign money contribute into your
Treasury.
into your campaigns. Well, I got news for you, folks. The Republicans are passing all of these things in the House and going along with the Democrats. The Democrats are going along with the Republicans. The President's doing what he's doing. And you know who's on the hook? Us. Because they can never be hard on China. They can never be hard on India. These are big populated areas that American businesses are doing business there. So they're getting their special interests are going there. And their lobbyists are lobbying for these extra tax dollars. And where's the tax dollar go? Yeah, they grab a little, they build a building here, and then it all goes back into these politicians' coffers for their campaigns. So we are paying for them. You're donating money to them. They're taking your tax dollars. They're letting all kinds of bad things happen to America because now they can't tell China and India and these other countries, no, we ain't doing that. You're not doing it. You're sitting where you're sitting because I put you there.
Yeah.
Right.
You bet your ass you're going to do it. And they go, oh, that's right. So basically, who our representatives are representing are our adversaries and business. They are not taking care of the American people anymore. And we are
How many times
paying
have
for
we said
everything.
How many times have we said that? They don't give a damn about the American people.
No. And
It's
this
about
is
their
what?
pockets.
Right, because they're making huge money on... Listen, the DOJ, corrupt, absolutely. But so are our politicians. They do not care where this money's coming, and it's sinful, But they think, well, if I don't know, then I'm not doing wrong. But you are doing wrong because you're passing these bills, and that's what these meetings are about. You better pass this if you want the Republicans to get their cut. Because why do you think they have a majority leader, a minority leader? All they're worried about is making money for their next election. And me and Dennis said a million times, how is it that on $170,000 a year you can afford a $3,000 suit to wear every day to work? Not, I got this nice one suit that when I got to go on the news, I put it on. Every day they got $700 haircuts, they got $3,000 suits. Who knows what kind of booze and food and cigars they're smoking? I mean, these people are living. Why can't they ever leave? They can't leave because they're living the greatest life in the world.
They're going to
on our dime.
$25,000 dinner parties.
Again, you say, who can afford a $25,000 dinner party? Somebody that's going there using the tax dollar.
Yep.
How do you, I know of 2 career politicians now that are multimillionaires.
2?
There's a lot more, but Obama
They're all
and
millionaires.
Biden, how did they make millions? They don't make that much. Pelosi, I heard she was...
well, she was rich before. Her husband was a banker.
Did you hear the new thing with the Microsoft? She sold off stocks when, when she knew that a certain thing was going to be passed.
Yep. Ridiculous. So our current politicians are heading this country towards bankruptcy, financial collapse. And all we do as citizens is sit back and wait for it to happen and watch our CNN, watch our Fox, our MSNBC, our Newsmax. We do not have a chance unless we get off our lazy asses and say we're done with this political mockery. I found this yesterday in the Associated Press. It's called U.S. public debt is projected to reach 181% of American activity in 30 years. That's right. In 2053, we are screwed. But who cares? Most of us won't be around. Yeah. I came from the Congressional Budget Office, which is a nonpartisan agency, which estimated its latest 30-year outlook. It was released Wednesday. 181% of economic activity by 20. That compares with a projected 98% at the end of this budget year. A sign this government's spending is getting more dependent on debt to pay for Social Security, Medicare, the military, infrastructure, and an array of programs that benefits millions of households. Our grandchildren are screwed because of these lazy, do-nothing politicians of today.
And content Americans to sit there and not worry about this. Our founding fathers wrote an entire law of the land on 36 pages that covered every single aspect and from every direction with one thought in mind.
The people.
Their posterity. Their future. Their next generations.
Yeah, but just generation of today, they sit on their asses and do nothing.
Because they're not taught the Constitution, but that's not an excuse, because they can learn on their own.
Right.
And
we have, every one of us in this room has.
They keep voting the same clowns in every 2 years, every 4 years.
And 6.
These tyrants are not the solution, folks. They're the problem. Open your eyes. Put toothpicks in them. Understand that they're no good. So we're just going to let our grandkids and their kids deal with this mess that they've created today. And if you think like that, you're part of the problem. Yeah, we got to live for today, but we also have to think for the future to make this country get it back to where it was. Why should we let them, our children, our grandchildren, and their kids, pay for our debt? It's not only wrong, but ridiculous. It's time to reel in the debt today to ensure the next generation enjoys freedom. We also have to fight for our freedom now. But you all know this. This isn't something we were blindsided with. It's been coming for years. Years, and we've ignored it. You know, the time of the Republican Party and Democratic parties, they're coming to an end. They've taken this country as far as they can.
Not down.
Downward spiral.
Yeah, they haven't hit bottom yet.
Oh, they're almost there.
They're living the life.
They're almost there. It's time for minor parties to lead the way. 62% people surveyed say it's time for a new party, including 63% of Republicans. And that's exactly what Jack and I are trying to do here, right in South Carolina. Starting a minor party called the Independent Constitutional Party. We are fed up with two-party rule. And it's time for a new party in town. It's time for a new political party. One that represents we the people and know that the citizens allow us to represent them. See, the great part about this new party is you have a say. We all have a say. The people of America have a say. And they have a choice to make this a reality. But do you have the courage to stand up to these two dysfunctional parties? Do you have what it takes to be a leader? Or do you just want to be a follower? Like those that are brainwashed by MSN, mainstream media. This is what I mean when I say we need patriots. Be the people that lead. Get out there, not afraid to cause trouble. Be the ones that speak the loudest so we can be heard. Don't be a sheep and just follow the crowd. I like to say, don't be sheeple.
Cheapo.
You know, they will get you slaughtered. Be a hawk in a country full of political asses and elephants. Be the one helping America back to where it should be. A world leader in dominance. Be the one help bring change to a struggling nation. Because we are struggling right now. Mike, what are your thoughts on that?
I agree. We need another party. We need a minor party. That's what you call it, right? Minor party. But you know, you were saying, what, 69% want a new party? Why do they keep on voting the way they're voting?
We have to get to the root cause, as Kamala says.
Don't talk back him out.
I'm not. I'm telling you, the root cause is she was a failure there. We can't be a failure with this.
No.
There's too many people that are totally frustrated with these two parties. And they're going to all these different parties, which is good, you know. But there isn't someone in the middle leading these parties to say, okay, you're on the ballot in this state. You help us get on the ballot in this state. We'll cross-endorse each other. So we can be on 50 state ballots. And that helps during a presidential election, you know.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the business plan of this whole thing. If you have a minor party, or if you're still calling yourself a third party, whatever you're calling yourself, we're calling ourselves a minor party. Conduct yourself as a microbrewery in your state. What we would like to do, because we don't need a third party. That's why we have two major parties.
And too many third parties.
And, well, third parties. So what you need is minor parties. So we're not saying you don't want to be a third party because you're part of the same thing. If you have unlimited parties, right? Now you have debate. And what does debate bring? The best solution.
Yeah.
So the more minor parties you have going against these two titans. Now remember, this is what the United States is built on. David and Goliath. You know, that's what the revolution was. And we won the revolution, and we've won everything we've gone after especially when we're the underdog. So if you're a minor party, get yourself going in your state. Nationwide, we have to work together. Who cares? There's no number. You know, we join together, it takes fright. And as each state takes off, you know, maybe these states should start making state laws where your federal representatives in the Senate and your federal representatives in the House, they're not allowed to collect money anywhere outside of their district or their state. And if they do, you know, they get a state censorship and you get taken off the ballot the next time your election comes up. Now we're not going to put you on our ballot because you're not representing who you say you're representing anymore. You're representing China, India, Google, all of these people that are a world market,
And
and
they
don't
give to
know who
both
you are.
sides. Like you were saying, the unifying party. Google gives to the Democrats and the Republicans because they want to make sure they got their butts covered.
No, they don't care about it, Mike. They're running the country.
Yeah.
They have these people on tow ropes because they're addicted to cash, and that's what they have.
You know, under the Democrat and Republican parties, the rich keep getting richer, the middle class keeps getting smaller and pushed down into the poverty class.
Yeah.
So that's what we want to do.
You know, this Biden economy is hurting everybody.
Biden economy, I
They
guess.
don't care. They don't care.
The second quarter of Biden's economy, the income has gone down 3.9% in the second quarter. So your income has gone down 3.9% in the second quarter, and interest rates have leveled off now, and inflation, but inflation is still very high. So as much as he wants to say that he's building this economy
He
from the
said it,
bottom
too.
up, inside out,
He's wrong.
he's wrong.
Yeah.
Second quarter shows that your income has gone down by 3.9%.
And when Trump was in office, he said, I will get you higher wages, and he did. Income was up.
Well, you know what? Maybe that's why everybody's trying to get the man in jail,
Yeah.
because he's taken from their fund.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
He kicked the apple cart over on both
Hey,
sides.
you're pissed.
So we're just about to finish with the show, and we thank you all for listening. So any last words from either you, or even Junior?
Junior, Special Olympic season, practices have started. State games are in September. We'll get more into that next week.
Donate to Special Olympics.
Yeah.
Mike, anything?
Yeah, I was. I wanted to. I had a question actually, but it passed by before I was able to ask it. Housing. When do you think? And I think it's going to happen very soon. You're a family of 3. You're only allowed to get a 2-bedroom house.
Oh.
And if you have a 2-bedroom house and you don't have a use for that the government actually take it away and give it to somebody else who needs it. Like you were saying, they're taking away your choices. Are they going to start telling you by the size of your family what houses you can get and what houses you can't, and what houses we're going to give somebody else because they have a bigger family?
I wouldn't put it past these politicians and try to do
I
that.
think it's down the road, like we were saying, sectionalism, social justice. The more social justice out there means the more groups, and pretty soon they could squish you. As soon as they squish you under their thumb, then everything belongs to them.
Yep. Any last word, Jack?
Say the prayer, Mike.
Okay.
Yeah, baby.
I took that line from you.
That's good.
Okay, Psalms 145:8. The Lord is gracious and full of compassion, slow to anger, and of great mercy. Let's pray. Please, Lord, bless and protect this new party, the podcast and all that work on it and all that listen to it. Lord, please have mercy on this nation and have our leaders do your will. Oh Lord, how we wish we too were slow to anger. We confess we're too quick to say harsh words or hand out a very strong disapproval. If you treated us the way we sometimes treat others, we would be in deep trouble. How glad are we that compassion and graciousness are the hallmarks of your attitude towards us. Help us to have that attitude toward others. Lord, take this anger from us and make us more like you. Increase the flow of mercy in our life. We want to be like you, Lord. We pray this in Jesus' precious name. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Mike. Appreciate it. So again, we're here every Thursday, 5:30 p.m. Eastern Time. The Hawk Podcast on Spreaker. It's on Apple, iHeart, Spotify podcast, and live on our Facebook page. Remember, you need to do your own research out there. We talk about a lot of things. The only way to gain knowledge is to read more. Read books. Read the Constitution.
Read the older books.
Yeah.
Read the
Read
older
the
books that aren't
Constitution.
slanted.
You know.
Yeah, read the Constitution and then the Declaration of Independence.
Yep. So we
And
look.
your Bible.
Yep.
And you
True, and your Bible. So we look forward to seeing you next week. Enjoy your holiday weekend.
be safe.
Be safe. And remember, there's a lot of traffic deaths out there every year from speeding and other stuff. We've already had almost 600 here in South Carolina this year. Slow down, get to your destination, and we'll see you next Thursday at 5:30 Eastern Time. Have a great holiday.
Good job.
Good job, guys.